conceptual perspective of things. People talk about a desire to be successful. All of the elements they think. Intelligence.
Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace dropping in on you. Hope everything's going well. Hopefully, some of you have gotten a chance to check out the earlier installment that I dropped in for you guys, entitled Wake Up or Get Up and Make It Happen. Today, I want to talk to you about something a little more personal, a little more intimate, and hopefully it will touch you, inspire you, encourage you, and challenge you. I want to challenge you to resist the natural proclivity to take life and those in it that matter to you for granted. We live in a world where instantaneous gratification is the order of the day. We live in a microwave society where everything needs to happen now, and everybody's chasing a dream. Everybody is going after what the carrots that are being dangled in front of them. We are living at the most busied pace that we've ever had. Everybody's waking up every day, every morning. Everybody's busy, very little truly getting done because we're chasing, and never taking time to. I'm a grinder, so I get it. I'm a grinder. I'm up 4:30 in the morning. I'm working. People are literally coming home. When I'm sitting in my office, the one at home, and I'm looking out the window, I'm at my desk hours before the people start getting up and leaving for work. And many days I'm still sitting in it, having done some other things, but I'm still sitting in it when they're coming back in. So I understand the principle of get out and get it. But does your grinding have purpose, first of all, is a question. Are you grinding with a sense of purpose and intensity outside of chasing things? When I say chasing things, I'm talking about money, cars, wealth, popularity, acceptance, approval, all of these things that give us this feeling that we matter. Or are you taking time within the grind to appreciate the life you have? Are you taking it for granted? Are you looking, let me ask you something. Are you looking at the person that's walking this thing with you, for those of you who are with a significant other, married or otherwise? Are you taking time to look at what that person means to you, how they matter in your life, what they add to your life? Are you asking yourself, how are you contributing to who they are and what they need and what they're facing? Or are you taking them for granted? Are you waking up every morning and just moving about and not really giving any true consideration to who they are in your life? Are you taking your children for granted? Are you treating them as a burden instead of a blessing? Are you looking at your life because you don't have everything you want right now, or something is going wrong right now, and you're not seeing the gravity and the force and the power of what your life means to so many people? Are you taking it for granted? That's the question I want to put on you. Look, men. She is more than there to serve at your pleasure. She has dreams of her own. She has visions. She has hopes. She has aspirations. She has a sense of purpose, or she's searching for it. How are you contributing to it? How are you appreciating the things she does? Every now and then, are you saying, don't worry about it, I'll cook tonight? Or if you are not a good cooker and nobody wants to eat your food, understood. We're eating out tonight, or I'm ordering out tonight. Hey, I'm going to take your car and gas it up. So that's one less stop for you in the morning. Whatever. Things that seem small, but say, I know you're there. You matter. I know what you have on your plate. Let me ease it for you. Ladies, are you looking at the things that he does that makes him special to you? The things that made you decide he was the one? Or have you kind of gotten past that and you're more focused on what's not happening? what's not going on, what could be happening. And you're missing the fact that there's something in this person that made you see him as a life partner. But you've taken that for granted. So it doesn't even register when you're evaluating your relationship with him. Have you taken time to sit up and tell him thank you for loving the family, for working hard to support the family, for covering you physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, which gives you the space to go out and do the things you love to do and that you believe you were designed to do? Are you saying thank you? Is there a heart of gratitude for the things that you have in front of you and next to you on a daily basis? We live in a world that has us chasing so much that we're missing what we have. Are we really truly enjoying it, cherishing it, respecting it, and loving it? Or are we too busy chasing the next moment to even realize the moments that we're missing? I want to challenge you. For those of you who are single, are you cherishing the time you have to yourself to better yourself, to love yourself, to enjoy yourself, to heal yourself, to expand yourself? There's some purposes. Don't be so busy chasing that thing you feel you have to have that you're not prepared to receive it when you get it. We've got to get to a point where we learn how to be grateful. I talk about this all the time, and those of you who are subscribed to something or you follow something I do, you know this is big for me. We got to learn how to be grateful. We often lack the capacity for perpetual gratitude. But I'm telling you, it's in the perpetual gratitude that the gateways of abundance and prosperity open up for us. When you're able to be thankful for what you do have, it opens the gateway of abundance and prosperity so that more comes in as you plant. Remember, you only reap what you sow. You can't get a harvest on something you haven't planted yet. Now, planting can be somewhat of a precarious idea to many because it means putting out some things and being patient while they come back in. But hey, that's the process. That's the process. That's why so many of us are frustrated right now, is because we don't understand the process. We don't embrace the process. We don't gain a sense of even loving the process because we want it now. And the more you have this mindset of wanting it now, the less you have the capacity for being grateful for where you are. Now, I'm not saying being satisfied to the point that you're good. I'm saying being grateful because it could always be worse. You could always be in I wake up and I make it an intent to be grateful before I roll out of bed. I said that earlier in the video earlier today. It's something that's important to me. I don't want to ever wake up and be so loaded down with all the things that are going on in my life that I don't take time to be grateful. And I'll admit, sometimes it's difficult, not because I don't have things that I want. I know that if I keep pushing, I'm going to get everything I want. Sometimes it's just stuff that's coming at you that can be overwhelming, and you've got to learn how to be grateful because it could be worse. All you got to do is, if you have a vehicle, get a vehicle. If not, jump on the bus and say, I'm going to ride from here to wherever, and just pay attention. I guarantee you while you're riding, whether you're driving your own vehicle or you're riding the bus, or even if you're walking, you're going to pass somebody that's in a worse position than you. Somebody that would literally give everything they have just to have one day in your shoes. It's literally that's someone out there going through that much that they would love to trade places with you. So be grateful for where you had. I'm not saying be satisfied. I'm saying don't lose the ability to be thankful, because in the things you have will sprout out the things you desire. You're not happy because this is not happening in your marriage. But see, when you're thankful for your marriage, there's an energy you invest in your marriage. There's an effort you invest in your marriage that will ultimately produce the seeds that will sprout out and create the things in your marriage you're not experiencing right now. Same thing for your finances, same thing for your business, same thing for parenting, same thing for community, same thing for spiritual growth. It has to be a thankfulness and a heart of gratitude that says, this is who I am and I'm grateful. Man, I really miss my father. Those of you who have been around me know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. It was a unique situation. I was reared by I was adopted and reared by my great-grandparents. So in a weird, twisted way, me and my wife were just sitting up laughing about this a few nights ago. In a real twisted way, I was my grandmother's brother, legally, my mama's uncle, it's crazy, and great uncles to my siblings, but it all somehow flowed. But this man was wise. He had a second grade education, but wise beyond imagination. And that was something he always said that I kind of understood, but I really didn't get until I started striving to be the measure of a man that he created. That measure, that standard. And he used to say, I'm not the man I ought to be, or I'm not the man that I desire to be, but I thank God I'm not the man I used to be. See, that's some gratefulness. And I haven't yet attained that which I desire, but I thank God I'm not where I started. There's always something to be grateful for, but we've got to stop allowing a society that emphasizes instantaneous gratification. We got to stop allowing it to drive us so much that we miss the moments that mean so much when you're going to look back on life and say, man, did I say thank you? Did I wake up and tell her thank you just for being a part of my life? Did I wake up and say thank you for speaking those words of affirmation in that moment that my spirit was vexed? Are we thankful for those moments? And are we aware of the process? That's the next thing, and then I'll be done here. Look, we talk about the law of cause and effect. We talk about the law of reciprocity, or sowing and reaping. What you put out comes back. And we love to talk about the planting and the reaping, but we don't understand the process of gestation. And so we get frustrated when things don't happen in our time. And let me explain something to you. See, everything that you desire has a unique seed. So you don't plant the same seed to get the rose bush as you plant to get the oak tree. See, those are two different seeds. The acorn can't produce roses, and the rose seed can't produce an oak tree. And as you can imagine, there are two different gestational periods. Now, when I plant a rose bush, that in a short period of time, within a year, that bush is going to be fully grown, and it's going to be able to blossom in season those roses that it produces. It's going to take some years to really see the fruitfulness of the acorn that you planted, because there's a different gestation period. Now, let's put it in perspective. See, the instantaneous thing will get you fixed on the rose. Why? Because it's going to come quicker and it's going to have a beautiful look to it, but it can't withstand everything that the oak tree can withstand. It can't provide everything that the oak tree can provide. And when the oak tree does come of full fruition and full growth, it has a life expectancy much longer than that of the rose bush, and therefore provides you with longevity. But you gotta wait for it. You gotta make sure it's in a situation where it can draw on the nutrients of the ground, that it can anchor itself by growing its deep roots before it sprouts up and becomes a part that everybody can see that's visible. There's a process in growth. There's an internal growing process that's taking place that most people can't see, and most of the time you're not even aware of, but you've got to go through that before you can see the external evidence that what is taking place internally is actually happening. But see, we live in a world that if it don't happen now, it's not real, it's not happening. Hell, it's got you judging other people because you see them doing things and you can't see the fruit of their labor, or it doesn't sound like what they're saying is matching up with what they're living. But see, they talking and they are calling things that are not as though they were. They are speaking things that shall be as if they've already taken place. They've learned and understood the power of speaking tomorrow today. Some of you are so overcome by your current situations that you can't see tomorrow. And you're living a life of misery, frustration, and disappointment because you can't see into tomorrow. You can't see what the brighter day looks like. You can't see what a better tomorrow looks like because you're so consumed and fixated on the moment that you're going to fool around and miss the miracle. Again, don't take your life and those within it that matter for granted. That's the challenge. That is the challenge that I'm putting out in front of you. Don't get so fixated on chasing something that you ignore what you already have. Because a lot of times what you're chasing isn't in the direction that you're running. It's within the confines and the constructs of what you already possess. It simply needs to be nourished. It simply needs to be protected. It simply needs to be acknowledged and appreciated, and it will come forth. You can't neglect what you already have and expect to have prosperity in what you're pursuing. Look, I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. That's just on my mind. I'm literally sitting at my desk and I'm working, and that just, it wouldn't leave me alone. And so I jumped on here as quickly as I could to share this with you. And I hope that it touches you. I hope that it challenges you. I hope that it gives you a perspective worth examining, and that you take on the challenge that I'm presenting to live your life in a heart of gratitude. Start with being thankful for what you do have. I promise you it will open the gates for more. On that note, I'm gonna get out of here. As I always say, I live my life on full, so that when it's time to leave this place, I die on E. Now I'm challenging you to do the same thing. And on that note, I'm out of here. I'm out.
Here I come, ready or not. Frank Ocean made this record hot.
From a conceptual perspective, people talk
Real
about
talk,
it
I
as
ain't throwing
success.
shots. Careful who you